Minecraft Walking Dead story by The Gunfight. One day there were three friends. One was a scientist and they wanted him to make cures. But one day he was making them, he accidentally created a zombie apocalypse. But one of the friends did not want to be part of it, so he grabbed his ghillie suit and his gun to leave. But the other two didn't want him leaving because they were afraid he would tell the military who created the apocalypse. Then they all pulled out their guns and started fighting. Jay, the guy in the ghillie suit, the one who didn't want any part of it, ran off. 3 days later, he had found a new base with more supplies and guns. There was AS-50s, snipers, and AKM machine guns, M4A1s, and 1911s, and 10 suppressors. Also a lot of different cloth. There was also one drum magazine for his AKM, 2 30-round clips for his M4A1, and 6 for his M1911. There was also a katana. Chapter 1: The Unknown Base. Then one day later, Jay found an unknown base with a lot of zombies. He did not go inside of the base because there was empty clips on the floor, so he ran back to base. After a while, he got his AKM machine gun and he loaded it. He only had 15 bullets left for his AKM and 8 for his M1911. He was completely out. One day later, he went to the unknown base. It had a note on the door. It said, "Jay, if you're reading this, I've left on a search for the cure. I left my friend Cody here while he was sleeping. But Cody, if you're reading this, run to the CBC. I will be there for 2 days. If I am not there, I went to Colorado. There is not many zombies there, and I will be in the forest. So come if you get this note. Signed, ? Jay said, "Who wrote this, and why does it say signed with a question mark?" Chapter 2: The Plane to Colorado. I guess I am going to Colorado, but where will I get the vehicle? Wait a second, there's a military jet on the roof with just the right amount of fuel to get me to Colorado. It will be a long trip, but I have to find this person. He might have the cure, but he knows my name, so I better load the last of my ammo because there might be a gunfight. If there is, then since I have 2 grenades, I should win. Although I want to be allies, we might have to be enemies, but here I go. Mayday, mayday, I'm hit, I'm going down. Someone shot me. We're coming in for a hard landing. 2 days later, I crashed, but at least I made it to Colorado. I wonder who shot me down. I think it came from a sniper on the mountain. I guess I better set up base. As long as he doesn't come down from the mountain, I should be fine. Jay later realized his guns fell out of the plane into the ocean. Only his M1911 survived with 1 foot. He accidentally dropped his M1911. 2 days later, he found a trail of empty medpacks and AS-50 sniper clips. It went to a chest in the snow. It was by a part of Jay's plane. He thought it was something of his, but it looked as someone made a base out of it. But Jay looked in the chest and found a Sporter 22 with 3 clips and an M9 with 6. Chapter 3: Sam and Rex. Jay went into the forest and wondered if he shouldn't have. Then suddenly 2 people jumped out from behind a tree, and they had masks on. And before Jay could pull his gun, they handcuffed him. Then someone else started running up to him, who also had a mask on, and said, "Jay, get down." Then the guy with the mask on threw the grenade at the others and started shooting his gun. The grenade knocked Jay out, and then he woke up at the guy's base that had the mask on. The guy took his mask off. Then Jay figured it was the guy that wrote the note, Sam. Sam said, "Jay, I finally found you, and I have the cure." But Jay said, "Those people who tried handcuffing me are the people who started all of this, and now we will end this. In about a year, hopefully this will all be over and back to normal." Jay and Sam went outside to see where the enemy went, but when they came back there was someone there trying to take their stuff. So they handcuffed him and said, "Who are you, and why are you in our base?" He said, "My name is Rex." Then Sam said, "You tried stealing our stuff. Why?" Then Rex ran, and Jay started shooting at him and hit one time, but Rex couldn't fight because he was handcuffed. But he found wire cutters and got free, and the only gun was an M1911 with one clip. Rex found a few guns, but no ammo. He got shot 2 more times. Then he fell off a high place and broke his leg. But Jay and Sam ran up to him and handcuffed him, then took him to their base. But before all of this, Rex made it to Arizona from his helicopter. But his helicopter still had the right amount of fuel to get them back. One day later, Jay and Sam were back at Colorado and had to go on a supply run. But there were little places to raid, and they had no food, so Jay went fishing while Sam chopped down trees and set up a new base. Sam also tied up Rex to a tree. 5 days later, Jay was trying to fix a car up, but Rex's helicopter crashed because of no fuel, so they would have to drive away to the CBC where they could make more cures, but it would take 2 months to get there on foot, maybe even longer. But it would only take 1 week to drive there, and they had 2 gas cans from Jay's plane. Chapter 4, the CBC. The next day, they were done fixing the car and were getting ready to leave, and they were almost done packing. 20 minutes later, they were all done packing their weapons, food, ammo, and water. They got in the car and were headed to Washington, where the CBC was. They drove for a whole day, then they stopped at a small forest near the town called Sweetwater and set up camp because they needed more gas cans because they only had a quarter of a tank left, and they only had 2 cans of beans, 5 cans of pineapples, and 4 water bottles. Jay was laying in his tent, yawning and thinking where to get more gas. Meanwhile, Sam was up with his M9, watching because it was his night to watch for danger. Chapter 5, The Horde. The next day, Jay woke up and realized Sam fell asleep when he was watching and Rex got away. Jay was going to let Sam sleep for a bit longer until he was ready to go, but Sam woke up himself when they heard a gunshot over the hill, and they decided to go over there to see what it was, and they both said, "Wow, that's really not good." There's over 200 zombies. The gunshot we heard must have attracted them. Well, at least the CBC is only 600 miles away, so if we get 2.5 gas cans full, we can get there tomorrow. But for now, how are we going to get past all those zombies? Sam said, we'll fight. I go in with my M10-14 shotgun and M9 while you give me cover fire with your sniper rifle and M4A1. Jay said okay and got to the top of the hill with his sniper and started shooting. Sam charged in on ground and killed a lot of them, but he ran out of ammo, and then Jay ran out of ammo, and they both got cornered right before they got killed. A guy named Cody ran up and shot the last few zombies and saved Sam and Jay. Then he said, "Are you okay? We need to get out of here." Jay said, "We're okay, thanks for helping us." Then they went back to their camp and asked if Cody had any gas cans, and he said, "Yes, I have 3. He said, "Why do you need them?" He said that if you have the gas cans to get to the CDC where you can make the cure, take them. Sam said thanks a lot and asked if he could go with them. And he said yes, so they all went to the CDC the next day. And when they got there, he said, "So this is the place." The next week, they were done making the cure and copied the formula. And they did it again and again for 1 month, and then went to a place where there were lots of missiles and filled them full of cure instead of explosives, and launched them all over Earth until everyone was cured. And after it was normal again, Cody went back to his job as a movie producer, Sam as a doctor, and Jay as an actor. And they all became friends, and the world was back to normal. The end.